Hi, I'm Clint Arthur. I'm the president of 5 Star Butter Company, and you might have seen me as the judge of Battle Butter on Iron Chef America. And in this video, I want to tell you the real, true, honest-to-goodness story of how I got to be the judge of Battle Butter on Iron Chef America. How did it happen? Well, lo and behold, I had been the president of the Jean-Louis Paladin Foundation. And in another video, I'll tell you the whole story of how I got to become the president of the Jean-Louis Paladin Foundation, which is an amazing story on its own. But what happened was, in the foundation, we were dedicated to educating and inspiring great chefs to become outstanding chefs through the legacy and memory of Jean-Louis Paladin. And Jean-Louis Paladin was an amazing French chef. He came to America. He was the youngest chef ever to get a Michelin star. He came to America. He had his own restaurant at the Watergate Hotel. President Ronald Reagan celebrated his 80th birthday eating a meal cooked by Jean-Louis Paladin. And then Jean-Louis moved out to Las Vegas, way in the way beginning of Las Vegas gourmet food. He opened up the first open kitchen in Las Vegas. It was at the Rio. And he mentored a lot of young chefs. He had so many friends. He was a real bon vivant and a real lover of food. And so I got involved with the Jean-Louis Paladin Foundation. And first I was on the board, and then I became the president. And part of what we wanted to do was we wanted to have what we were going to call March Madness for cooking schools. It was going to be like March Madness for basketball, except for cooking schools. And we wanted to make our own competition and have that televised on the Food Channel. So what happened was I looked up who was the producers of Iron Chef, and it was this company called Trilogy Entertainment. And I called up Trilogy, and it took me a few phone calls before I was finally able to get one of the producers of Iron Chef America, Steve Krupnick, on the phone. And I said, hey, Steve, I'm the president of 5 Star Butter Company. I'm also the president of the Jean-Louis Paladin Foundation. We're dedicated to inspiring and educating great chefs. And we have an idea that we want to create our own cooking competition. It'll be like March Madness for cooking schools. So it would be counter-programming for the Food Network. They could use it to compete against March Madness on ESPN or whatever sports shows were playing during March Madness. And he's like, oh, that's very interesting. Why don't you come in for a meeting? So I go in for the meeting, and I'm sitting there talking to him as the president of the Jean-Louis Paladin Foundation, and I'm talking about this March Madness for cooking schools, and I bring him some of my butter from 5 Star Butter Company as a gift, including one of my beautiful little blue 5 Star Butter Company 6-pack tote coolers, right? So we're in the conference room, and we're talking about this March Madness, and he's really digging it. It's a good idea. It's a great idea. Why hasn't it happened? I don't know. And then I said, hey, you know what? You know what, Steve? I have another idea for you. I love Iron Chef, and I love Iron Chef America. And I think you guys have overlooked the most important ingredient of them all to be used as the secret ingredient. He's like, what's that? I said, the ingredient is butter, and I should be the judge. And he goes, that's very interesting, Clint. That is very interesting. A couple weeks later, I get a call. Clint, you're absolutely right. The ingredient is going to be butter, and you are going to be our expert judge. And that's the real true story of how I got to be the judge of Battle Butter on Iron Chef America. I pitched it, I conceived it, I made it happen. And lo and behold, one day in July, it was a July morning, my daughter and I got out of bed early, because the flights from LA back east are always early in the morning. And there was a limo waiting for me in front of the house. And we get in the limo, and it takes us to LAX airport. And we get on an airplane, and we fly to New York City. And in New York City, there's another limo waiting for us at JFK Airport. And that limo takes us to a hotel called the Gainsvort Hotel. It's like a super high-end luxury boutique hotel in Chelsea, in the Lower West Side of Manhattan, right across the street from the Food Network building. And we go and check into the room paid for by the Iron Chef America production crew. And in the next video, I'm going to tell you what it was like to be a judge on Iron Chef America. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, you should enter your name and email address in the boxes on the right so that you get all the videos in this series. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy them because they are my true real-life adventures in the butter industry. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.